One potential complication after a stroke is skin breakdown in bed, especially when you are in bed for an extended amount of time. This is called pressure injury, sometimes called decubitus ulcer, pressure sores. Basically what happens is your bones are rubbing against your skin, and because you're in bed for, say, a fixed position or a prolonged position or just a lot of repetition in this position, it can kind of break down that skin and cause further complications, even infections, and you don't want to have anything like that going on if you can prevent it, right? So one thing that we can do is bridging. And one reason that I am such a big fan of bridging for managing and preventing pressure injuries is because it empowers patients to be able to do something on their own. And while things like turning in bed and repositioning every like 2 hours or using pillows are another kind of thing that we can do, it can require a lot of energy. It may require us to get additional help as patients, or we can kind of mess things up, like move things around like our pillows. Well, we kind of like them already, right? Whereas with something like bridging, it allows us to do it to offload position in our bed and also doubles as an exercise. Because when we go into a bridge, we coordinate a lot of parts of our body that can actually act as an exercise and for strengthening too. As you can see, I offload a lot of weight under my bottom. And this is actually a good exercise too, because you can see I'm putting a lot of effort into bending my knees. I'm working my abs, my glutes, my hips, and even my core or torso. I didn't know how long I can hold that and talk at the same time. So to finish up my thought, it's also very functional too, because when we bridge, it can not only offload pressure off our bottoms, but it allows us to place a bedpan under us. This is how I teach a lot of patients to put on and take off underwear and pants. So as you can see, bridging is not only functional, but it can actually be a good exercise. Above all, bridging can help prevent further complications such as a pressure sore on our bottom. While you don't have to necessarily use both knees, it is more advantageous because you get the full maximal effort and stretch and coming into that position. Also, it promotes functional use of your both legs, as most people, when they bridge, they do it this natural way. So it is advantageous to try and bridge using both knees if you can. And then now I'm ready to do a bridge. Now, to do a bridge, basically, one thing you can focus on is bringing your pelvis up towards the ceiling. As you do this, you want to simultaneously clench your bottom and bring your butt cheeks together. Kind of like you're trying to pinch a penny in between your butt cheeks. So, here we go. And that's all you really need to come into a bridge. So 2 mental things to kind of focus as you come into a bridge again is to bring your hip or pelvis up towards the ceiling and to kind of clench your bottom, your butt cheeks together. So I want to end this video with what people commonly do and what to avoid. And what you want to avoid is basically hyperextending your bridge position so much that you're like rounding your back and your head is like digging into the pillow. So what that looks like is something like this. So as you can tell, oh, this is kind of hurting my back too, is that my back is very, very like strained and my head is like really dug into my pillow and I kind of feel a lot of pressure into my lower back. We don't have to come into such an extreme. All we really have to do is really slowly and controlled get enough lift so that our bottom is not on the bed again. So we're gonna lift our pelvis up and squeeze our butt cheeks together and try and breathe as you do this so that you don't pass out. I hope you learned something from this video and you can use this in real life practice for your everyday activities and everyday life basically to bridge and relieve pressure off your bottom to prevent pressure sores and pressure injuries. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so that I know to make more of these kinds of videos. And if you haven't already, as this is YouTube, be sure to subscribe to this channel. to get more stroke related content for stroke recovery. Thanks for watching and good luck in your recovery.